Hello. There. Wow. Okay. So where do I begin? Oh my gosh. Like this last 24 hours has been kind of hard for me. Um I'm going to start with night before last. I had the kids for like 12 hours and then the night and then through the morning. So it was like a 24-hour like shift, which I mean that's what most stay-at-home moms do. Hi Chad. But it just really wore me out cuz I'm technically still healing. I see my OBGYN Monday, so she's gonna give me the go ahead to like, you know what I mean, like start doing like real stuff, like real working out, and like freaking back in California when I lived in California, I got like a registration ticket, and then they keep and every couple years they keep like charging me for it, right? And I've paid it twice. And then they put a levy on my account once again for a freaking registration ticket that I've already paid. And I have proof of payment actually. I think I can end up owing me like $300 or some shit. But I have to look through all my paperwork, get the freaking receipt from 2 years ago, and fax it to them. It's just like a bunch of more shit that I'm like I don't want to effing deal with. And so that triggers my freaking like just all of my mental illnesses. I'm just like I'm not like a normal person where I can like just deal with things like normal people do, you know. Um like shit like that is shit that I don't need to have to do. Like I shouldn't have to do that right now. I should be worried on my newborn. I have a C-section. I shouldn't have to be looking through paperwork, going to fucking uh UPS and doing all this shit. There's just no reason for it. So I don't know. They keep harassing me like literally every other year. I'm thinking about getting a lawyer because I know I've paid them twice. I know I've paid it off twice. The second one I got a receipt for. So I'm not paying them a third time. They're high. You know what I mean? And so that's what I gotta deal with. There's more. My therapist thinks I should get on some kind of financial help program, which I'm kind of like, what is it called? Like like I know I have all these disabilities and shit, and I know I can't do very much. Um, I'm just being real with you. Like I'm just being so real with you right now. And she thinks I should apply for all these things, and I'm like, well, all right, but like I don't know. It's kind of like a hit to the ego. Like I already know I have problems, and I already know like I need help, and like it's annoying. So my Medicaid's running out, which means I can't get therapy next month. And she's like, "Well, I think you qualify." And so I'm like, "All right, I'll try." I do have Champ VA, but it doesn't cover like psych. So, like I'm kind of in a predicament where I got to like fill out all this paperwork, do all this shit. Just a bunch of jumping through hoops and shit. Like it's just annoying. And so I've got a lot going on, right? And it was Papa's night last night. We kind of got into it. Like he just was like triggering me really bad. He was like just being really short. I could tell he was like struggling. He's on some new meds, so it's kind of hard to get used to. Like we both have the same kind of problems. I have a little bit more than him. But we both have PTSD. We both deal with chronic pain. And so sometimes we, when it's a marriage, you kind of snap at each other sometimes. And he was just like on one last night, and I was like, wow, like I can't handle this right now. Um, and I'm not going to get into detail. I did do a vlog when I was crying last night because I was half tempted to post it because I was emotional and shit. And I'm like, I'm not going to post that. Like, it's first off, it's too personal. And secondly, I'll regret it. I might post it on my Patreon. I don't know. I'm debating on that. I'm going to show it to him first and then see what he thinks because it's just really my emotion. About how he's reacting like to things. Like he just seemed really put out to me, like from my standpoint. And I was like, I just spent 24 hours like doing what you're doing for a couple hours. Like chill out. but he does a lot more than most guys do. So I mean, I can't complain. You know what I mean? He's been like really taking on all the housework, and it's like I'm just can't wait to get the go ahead from my doctor just to be like, you can vacuum, you can dust, you can do everything else. You know. Um, Hi Rhonda, Dave Ramsey, Financial Peace. What's that? Is it a book? I'll look it up. Um, I just have a lot on my plate right now. And then dealing with a newborn and dealing with a toddler who's, acting out because she doesn't have enough attention. Like she usually has both of our attention all the time. It's finally starting to hit me like, okay, yeah, now it's starting to get real. You know what I mean? Um, I'm not saying I'm not blessed. I'm not saying I'm not grateful. I'm not saying I'm not the most happiest person in the world. What I'm saying is shit's starting to get real. That's it. It's really not that complex. Like so yeah, there's that. And I'm sad, both he and I are both struggling with it um at the same time. Usually like one or the other will struggle with something and then the other person can be there for the other person, but it's like we're both struggling at the same time. So it's kind of hard like when that happens. So I'm just like something's got to give. And today he apologized. Well, I had to say, like, I was crying all night last night. Like, dude, my feelings probably are a little bit more extra. Like, I'm a little more extra hormonal. But he was on one last night too, though. Like, so. But, and he said, I'm sorry if I was acting like an asshole. I'm like, okay. He's like, I'm just going through a rough patch. I'm like, I understand completely. But I was like so upset that I was half tempted to post my crying vlog on YouTube. Like, that's where I was at yesterday. So, like, I'm kind of glad I didn't post it. But life is life. I mean, marriage is marriage. It's work. It's not like something that you can just be like, "Oh, well, I'm done now." Like marriage is forever. Like I believe that. I don't care what's going on. They say for better or for worse. In the Bible, sorry, I'm not a Bible thumper, but if the only time you can actually divorce a person is if they've been unfaithful to you. That is the only time. And so, like, aside from that, like, you basically, I'm sure, like, with like physical abuse too, but it doesn't say that in the Bible. Like, back then, you could beat your wife and shit was okay. Just kidding. I don't know. I'm talking shit, talking out of my ass. But, like, like to me, it's like, it doesn't matter. Like, we're in this for life, like, straight up. So, um, we've just both been feeling distant from each other. And it's hard, when you just have a baby. Like, you can't be intimate. Like, you're just, Ugh, yeah, it's just, I mean, I think we're just done. Like, we're frustrated. We just, you know. Yes, I thought we're talking about that get out of the debt plan. My comments must be lagging a little. Oh, I think you are a good person and it's okay to have bad days. I'm having a little bit of one too, but I'm okay. Oh no, what's going on? Yes, I think before we speak is a good plan, right? We have to. Um, Otherwise, like my channel would be really like just crazy. I'd have a lot of views though, nonetheless. As I roll my eyes. People like to watch the That's what I say about that. Anyway, so like freaking I'm just trying to cope. We don't have milk. Papa and baby girl went to go get groceries. And so we just needed a couple things like bread, buttermilk, eggs, cheese, just the basics. So I'm drinking my coffee with just sugar and black and a I should be doing laundry right now. I shouldn't be vlogging, to be honest with you. Um this is where I felt like I had to talk. I felt like I needed to kind of come on here and be like, this is what's up. This is what's going on. My fibro is really triggered right now. I did a workout yesterday, the 20-minute walk and then like the 20-30 minute stretch on my Patreon, and I'm really feeling it in my back. Like when I start working out again, after you don't work out for a period of time, I mean your muscle has memory obviously. But when you start to kind of push that threshold, um especially when you deal with fibro, like it freaking kills. Like it's like, oh my gosh. I mean, I'm gonna get over this hump, obviously, and then it'll become like almost physical therapy working out. But at the moment, it's just killing me. It's making my fibro like off the charts. Like I want to barf kind of pain. Like it's rough. And so like I'm just trying to keep it together and just be positive and just know that this too shall pass. Like once I start really 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 hitting it and working out like I normally do, it's gonna go away. It's temporary. It's not like something that's not how it's gonna always be. You know what I mean? It's just rough right now. There'll always be hope and prayers. Getting out that is nearly impossible. Hi, Karen. Yeah, it's not that we have debt. I mean, we do have a consignment with that we're paying off, which that's good and all. But she's talking about, like, my therapist was talking about, like, financial help for the family. Like, she thinks I qualify, and I'm like, I don't know. I think my husband might make too much money. I'm not sure how that works. But she like wants me to apply for all these things. Um, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna bite the bullet and do it, and because she knows me, she's in my head. We've had a lot of sessions. Like, I don't even know, when did I start seeing her? I don't remember. But anyway, she thinks I need to like get on some kind of disability and what have you, and a WIC and all that jazz. But I think my husband makes too much money for most of those programs. I'm just assuming, but she's like, well, it's worth trying. Like, what do you call it? It's worth filing for it, and then if they say no, they say no. And I'm like, true, but I'm almost 100% sure he makes too much money for me to do that. But I'll do it anyway. Um, so it kind of sucks. I mean, yeah, you feel kind of like defeated in a sense. Like I can't explain it. It just sucks. It's been a rough couple days, and I needed to vent about it. I have to get going on laundry. Babe, Bubba's taking a nap. He needs to wash. He is stinky. Like, I didn't know Bubba's got stinky. He got stinky. Like, his hair smells like, you know how, like, everyone has their own smell? Like, his hair smells like him, which I like, actually. Like, I like his stink. I'm all, like, it's weird. I just love his stink. Like, I still smell baby girl's stink toe. Like, when she's been walking around in her shoes for a while and she needs a tubby, I'm like, yeah. Like, I love my baby's stink. I know that's really gross, but I'm weird like that. Freaking weirdo. I'm well aware of it, at least. You can get tax relief on your house through VA. I missed the first part. What is up? Oh, but Hubs and I are butting heads. It's a typical, I think it's just a normal marriage thing. We just had a newborn. Emotions are high. We're tired. Does your husband have other children from previous relationships? Melody Dawn, no. Well, okay. Yes and no. This is not my story to tell. Let's just put it this way. It's not his blood child. It's not through blood. It's not like Wick should help you out. I don't know, Metro. Nikki, there are hardship programs, grants programs, and could benefit you. It's not weird. It's a mom thing. Ah, Karen. Right? It's like, I love your stink. Tell me, smell your stink. It's gross, but it's fucking cute. I can't help it. Um, it's an animalistic thing, maybe. Like, it's just implanted in us. But, yeah, I mean, yeah, my ego's a little shot, to be totally honest, because like I'm very prideful. I learned this from my mom, like where she's like very prideful. Like she won't like like get help or do things that like, she's just prideful. And I learned that's a learned. I mean, it's good to have pride, and it's good to be a strong individual. But it's another thing to like deny yourself help because you're too prideful. Like I think that's kind of where I'm at. So, but I already know my husband makes too much money, so I'm not like even tripping on that. I'm still gonna do it though, because my therapist told me to, or my psychologist rather. But I already know it's gonna happen. We're in that weird spot where we're like middle class, but like on the cusp of middle class. You know what I mean? Like you got to be dirt poor to get those things. I'm pretty sure. I'm not. I don't know though. Like I don't know. I'm gonna apply. I'll apply and let you guys know if I actually get it. Um, but that's just more stuff. I just more like my stupid levy on my bank. This applying for like special treatments. They're not special treatments. I think they're like special treatments. Just it's this personal shit that I'm dealing with. There's a lot of it, and like Hubs and I are kind of like just like at each other in a way, and this is just normal shit that happens when you try to get used to like a newborn and a toddler needing extra attention because of the newborn, and it's life. This is just life, is what it is, and you know, it's not always rainbows and sunshine. Like it's just reality. I'm really super stoked I didn't post that crying video of me last night. Let me know, patrons, if you want me to post it on Patreon. I will. I'll ask my husband if it's okay, because I kind of say some stuff that's like I don't know. I'm bipolar. Like leave me alone. Like it was really feeling that. I still kind of feel that way. Uh, but if I ask him and he says it's cool, I'll post it just so you can see like kind of how off I was last night. And also you guys can help me, like am I just overreacting, or like do I seriously am I really do I have a valid reason to be crying, you know? Well, I don't have a concern with feeding the baby. Like it's not it's hard to explain. You can get WIC, I think that's pretty helpful. You can also apply for it because he is a veteran, right? He is a veteran getting a few deserved perks because of the yeah. I could look into that too. You won't get food stamps, but WIC is more broad of a program. Oh, okay. That's interesting. See, I know nothing about any of this. Best of thoughts I could think of. Aw. Okay. Yeah, no, I mean, this is all my therapist. She said this. I mean, we're not, it's not like we're destitute, okay? And I think that's the reason why I have a problem with applying for that kind of stuff, because it's not like we're like I feel like that stuff should be for like just, like really, really poor people. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? I don't know. I'm gonna apply for it even though I know we're gonna get denied because he makes too much money. If I get it, I'm gonna freak out and I'm gonna go on here and be like, I got it. Because formula, diapers, and all that stuff is expensive. It's not that we don't have money for it. We have money for it. It just you got to cut corners. You know what I mean? When you deal with just a certain amount of money per month, you just got to cut corners. Like there's certain things we can't do, and like there's it's not. It's not. It's life. It's life. And being middle class in this day and age, it's life. It's not like we don't have food. It's not like baby boys starving and like I need my Simlac. No, 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 no. I don't want you guys to think that. So, um, but my therapist just put that out there just because like I told her like I'm not working and it like bothers me, and like she's just like, well, maybe you need to get on disability. Maybe you need that. Like maybe you need to address the fact that this is who you are. And I'm like, FML, Okay. But that's where we're at. So life's good. I'm blessed. It doesn't matter if we're having a bad day or not. Freaking, I got a beautiful newborn, a loving toddler who's kind of a hellion at the moment, but that's okay. A loving husband, a beautiful house. I mean, we're not starving. Um, I'm getting help for my mental health. He's getting help for his. Like, we're both sober. I mean, to me, life couldn't be better, even though I'm going through a really shitty time. So, but yeah, if you want to rewatch the video to kind of see what I was talking about, so by all means. Um, Hi, Cher. Yeah, no, formula is like $40 a pop. No, it isn't for just people who are poor. Okay, see, Rhonda, I didn't know that. Like, I had no idea. I just assumed that these programs are for that. Like, hi, baby girl. Hi, Cher. Low income individuals, more likely. Hi, Karen R. Yeah, because we're on the like we make I think we're literally like right there where it's like we're considered middle class. Like we're not considered low income. We're like literally on the cusp. Like if we made like $100 less, we would be, you know what I mean? Like so we're right. We're at a kind of funny spot, I think, as far as I know. Share. I love you. Thank you, love. You're so cute. Look at you. So, like I don't want to make it sound like we're destitute, like we need money. Like that's so not what I'm trying to like put out there, dude. Consider myself middle class, but I can't afford health insurance. And in November, Todd's boss is going, dude, that's another thing, Cher. I know exactly what you're going through. When I didn't have any kids and Hubs and I were married, I couldn't get on his insurance because I had no children. And so the VA wasn't, and he's not active military. And so the VA wouldn't give me insurance. So our insurance was $350 a month through Select Health. And I had to pay premiums on that. So I was like, what the? And that's when I voted. I voted for Obama and he put all that in place. I'm like, well, that doesn't really help the person that's not working. Like it was more so to like help middle class. I mean, working people get money, but I was not working at the time. I was just figuring out my mental illness. And that was like the beginning of me starting to figure out my mental illness. Roughly, like to kind of get it under control a bit. You know what I mean? So I was like 300, we paid it. We paid it for like a year. And I went to like physical therapy, which was like $100 a pop. It was expensive. I was like, what the hell is this insurance plan? I don't like it. It's only for like, I mean, I thought free insurance meant like for everyone, not just for working people. And so I was kind of like bummed out about that. Actually, I was really pissed off. To say I was bummed out is I'm being very kind. I was freaking pissed. That's a lot of money. And it's like, whatever, you know? But about that. Enough about that insurance talk. I'm finally on insurance. It just doesn't cover therapy. Nikki, I didn't know you went on disability, but I would definitely do that if I were you. I think of it, let me see. I think of it this way. You cannot work, right? Now, so you only have one income. You're missing that income. Hope everything works out. Oh, thank you, Metro. You're so sweet. I think I should be on disability for what the fuck benzodiazepine has done to my brain. You know what, Cher? I don't doubt that. I'm on a very low dose of clonazepam, so I don't feel any kind of way about it. But if you've been taking like high dosages for a long period of time, I don't doubt that. Obama had us all believing we were going to universal health care. I know. That's what I thought, Karen. Like when I voted for him, I'm like, that's a great idea. And then all of a sudden, wait a second, there's these underlying little things that the middle class is gonna get. CKED. I was like, oh hell no. Now I got pissed. I was so mad. No, that's now why I did it. I did it because I love you and buy yourself some maybe. You're so freaking cute, Cher. I love you. Disability, you would get Medicare plus and other insurance would pick up as a supplement. You don't get now, plus you would get as amount every month, right, Rhonda? Hi, Michelle. Very sweet, Cher. Here's another thing that disability can do for you. It can also reduce costs out of pocket for your medications. See, how do you know all this? You're smart. See, I don't know about all that. Or I'm too prideful to know about all that. I think that's what it is. Like, I mean, like when my therapist suggested it, I just looked at her like, what? Me? No, like what? Oh, and she says I'm very what is she? She told me, she's like, "You're very, your facial expressions are very, she's like trying to be nice about it too. She's like, they're very, very strong. Like you have very strong, you show your emotions through your face, right? And I have all these haters on me telling me constantly, like, stop making that face. I'm like, what face am I making, dude? Michelle. Hi, did I say hi to you? I think I did. Disability takes money out of your measly check for meds, etc. Oh my god, Karen. But I'm not working, so I don't know how that would work. Tad's like, if my boss doesn't give me insurance, then I'm quitting. Oh, good. As he should. I thought every single what is it called? Every single worker should have insurance. Like your bosses should provide insurance for you. I'm almost 100% sure. My sister is on SSDI and it is a godsend. Okay, yeah. I'm super expensive when I talk. LOL. Nikki knows that I suffer from amnesia December 2020. Oh yeah, 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 I know that. So that's how come you know about that, right? Nikki knows that I suffer from amnesia December 2006, July 2017. If you ever worked, you already paid into the system. I know. I'd be on. I think it was like you have had to have worked for like 12 or 15 years, and like I've surpassed that. It's funny because my work history, like when I was young and I was like 18, I was like going to school full time, working two jobs, like what, like and partying, like what the hell? And I did that for until I graduated. Freaking, that's why it took me 4 years for my associates, and plus I kept changing my major. But I could finally transfer to like a big university. But I was working two jobs on top of going to school full time, so I had to cut off classes here and there and had to do like summer classes and things like that to kind of finagle shit to get. But it took me 4 years because I kept changing my major. And then I just was like, I'm just going to get an associate's and get transferable credits and just go to a big university. And never ended up happening because of my addiction and my disease and my alcoholism and what have you. That's why I used to make like excuses as to why. I was like, I need to work. That's why, I need money. And like, nah, I just wanted to party. And in order to do that, you need money. But anyways, my work history is so like in the beginning it was like 80 hours a week, woo, like for 4 years, and then all of a sudden it was like 40 hours a week for like a couple years, and then all of a sudden it was like there's a couple years where I didn't work because I was like, woof, 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 woof. And then I started working again full time. I came out here and started working full time. And then full time went to just part time, and then part time went to just weekends. Like you can see my work history like just go like this over time, over a period. Like I'm 36, so I haven't worked in a couple years, so we'll just say 33. So from 18 to 33. So that's what, 18, 28, 29, 31, 33. That's 25 years of work history minus two because I had a minute where I was like, in my disease, like fully. So, so I have more than enough work. I have more than enough paid into it. I'm gonna try to stop making facial expressions because my sister's the same way. Like we do not have a poker face. Like I don't know. We just what we're thinking, what we're feeling, it shows through our face. And I'm trying not to do that. Let me see. If you ever work, yeah, working while having disability benefits must remain under the substantial limit to prevent overpayment. Aha, see, my benzos cost me 100 every month. Flip. Oh my god, yeah, dude, prescriptions are so expensive. Cher, how did we ever survive with all jobs plus school? I don't know, Rhonda. Did there used to be more time in the day, but I don't know. I think we were just young and spry. Like we were just like go-getters. I have no idea how I did it. What kind of work did you do? I worked at the Cultural Resource Center at my college. And then I worked at Wet Sale retail, you know. So I did the Cultural Resource Center and Wet Seal in school. And the Cultural Resource Center was 30 hours a week, and Wet Seal was like 50 hours a week. It was ridiculous. I don't even, it was like, well, it might have just been 40. Yeah, it was like 40 roughly. The cool thing about working at my school was I could go right to class after my uh after my I can't talk. You guys get it, right? You understand me. Share Bear benzos are so hard to get off of. I've been on them for 6 years. Flippin' A. Yeah, my doctor knows I have problems with addiction, and so she won't enhance my what I have right now. You are very welcome. Glad I could be of assistance. I couldn't work anymore since I retired on January 22nd, 2017 due to too much anxiety and hypertension. Oh my gosh, yeah, yeah. I'm doing well 3 since I returned to work. Wow. Prayers for Metrosonic, you guys. Buddy, you've been through a lot and you look really young, so I commend you. Your expressions are great. Can't believe it's the end of October already. Michelle, don't remind me. I'm just kidding. October goes fast. It does. Because it's fun. Like, I've been doing arts and crafts with Baby Goal. We have to carve her pumpkin she got from her own garden that she planted. She already has her witch costume. And I have to make Bubba a Charlie Brown costume. I'm just going to take one of his onesies, dye it yellow, and then do the black zigzags. And it's probably might be too cold to bring him along, but at least he'll be like in costume. It's freaking adorable. So yeah, I'm gonna start my laundry, start my chores, get going, because like that's another thing that helps to get me out of my stuckness is like do stuff. Even though my back is freaking killing me and I feel like I should be bedridden today. But I think my husband's done doing everything. So I need to snap that out of it, right? I need to start pulling my weight, I guess you could say. Then Christmas goes too fast. 10 milligrams Xanax, 10 years. Okay, so I'm on 1. 0.5 in the morning, 0.5 at night. What is that? Is that 1 milligram? I don't know how it works. You can work part time and get disability at the same time. See, that's what everyone keeps saying, but I'm like, because Papa, he has disability and he has his retirement, right? But he works, like part time at the VA, like helping veterans and like what have you, like doing all that stuff. And then like he'll take the summer off and then he'll go again. Like it's basically to help. Well, no, the summer's actually his busy time rather. What do I mean? He'll take the winter off rather because he doesn't really care for skiing and stuff. But he'll still go to the VA and like help guys that are just getting out of the rehab and like, what have you, like help veterans, help people like him, you know what I mean, get clean and sober and freaking do some fun stuff in the meantime. So um it's 1 milligram. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm talking. See, I'm on a very low dose. So people, I like to do things that I can see the fruits of my labor, right? Like laundry, vacuuming, lol. Yeah, I'm the same way, Rhonda. It's just when you have a C-section, it's kind of like hard to tell like what you can and can't do. And like I'm extremely crampy today just from stretching and walking. Like that's kind of sad. But whatever. Life goes on. Same, I hate when my house is a mess. I feel crazy, right? I think it also is an expression of how you're doing mentally, your house. Like if your house is all chaotic and shit and there's like laundry's overflowing and there's paperwork everywhere and your bar isn't cleaned off and you got like pockets of trash here and there, that shows what your mental status is. And that's how my house looks right now. Oh, I think that's Pudgy. He wants to get back in. I'm gonna go. I think you're doing well, Nikki. Being a mom of 2 is hard work. Yeah, it really is. Even though Papa only works part-time, it's still like rough for me. You can, okay. I read everything. I love you guys. Thank you, everybody. Rhonda. That's a major surgery. Papa filmed it. I should put that on Patreon. I really should. Tried working from a full-time position 2013, 2017, but it was just too much. Yeah. Yeah, there's nothing bad about that, Metro. Bye, hun. Bye, Michelle. Have an awesome day. You too, Rhonda. Bye, Metro, Rhonda, and Michelle. I love you guys. Thank you for your support. Share Bear. Oh my gosh. Karen R. Love you all. Be good to one another. Stay positive, even though it's really freaking hard sometimes. Love you. Now I'm learning some of you love my expressions. Okay, well then maybe I won't stop them. Okay, bye.